Yeah, that's right. I change openings from time to time. Make them so they're relevant to the various shows and content that you're watching.
And then you'll put out the Formula One race tomorrow.
No, I'm very, very, very cognizant of the Formula One race stuff. Well, we've been doing a lot of Formula One lately, so it's made sense that it's been the Formula One race.
We got a bit of that to talk about today as well, I guess.
And technically, Fall Guys has a lot of racing in it too, so...
Yeah, this is true, but we don't have a montage of us falling down to the chain.
Not yet.
Not yet, you don't.
So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I am Lard Teammaker on behalf of us all, I guess, because I was going to go in the spiel there. This is the Game On Flies Out podcast with myself, with James Atkinson.
Morning.
With Chris Huggleman.
Good morning.
How are you guys? You had a good week? All right?
I think we should change the intro, Will.
Yeah.
Keep it exactly the same, but James Atkinson and the coffee knight himself, Chris Hergelman.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Editorial notes first thing in the morning.
You know, it's habit forming. That's the problem. You say something so much week after week.
Just like how I would say I've been James, you've been you, this has been TGWPIS FC.
Exactly that, in a nutshell.
We did that for 121 episodes.
Just like means I get to rip into Will.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I thought of it. I'm thinking here to myself, just like, But then again, I don't have you've got Will Lard Teammaker, you've got the coffee knight himself, Chris Hergelman, and James Atkinson. I don't have. It's like, why are you not the one with a cool moniker or anything? Because I don't know. Well, Mr. Editor himself, Mr. Technical himself, that was mine. That still is mine. Mr. Technical himself.
So, on today's show, we have some talking points of our content dump. We have what we've been playing. Shout outs. We also have a little bit of tiny extra life news. But yeah, so let's get on with it. Let's go into our cubicles and get ready to release. And I think I'm going to start with one I've been seeing overnight and into this morning. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. A name we don't often talk about on the show unless it's wrestling based. But over the past let's say 18 hours, there has been word come out that he has sent a memo to his wrestlers to stop going on things like TikTok, Twitch, and other things like this because he doesn't want them using their names in third-party situations. Because he, in the memo that was leaked, saying he wants to reinvigorate the WWE. And so one of the ways of doing that is by telling and this is the key point here in their contracts, when they use it, independent contractors do not use stuff in third party. Of which I do this. I do this, Vince, to you in the strongest way possible when I go, for fuck's sake. You try to help grow, you try to help adapt business, and especially this year, when a lot of people are closed off. I know this for a fact because my town is under a watch list now for the government because of rising COVID cases. So the last thing you would want is people to not watch your product or be interested in your product. So it befuddles me why you would tell legends like AJ Styles to not have himself out there talking and interacting with people and getting people interested in your brand.
See, I'm just thinking about this here, right? Right? All right. So, they can't interact in any third-party media.
Yeah.
Does that mean John Cena's contract is null and void because he acts in movies now?
You'd think so, wouldn't it? Unless they were under the WWE studio banner, I would say.
I don't think he's acted in a WWE movie in a long time.
No, because we all know the Marine was fucking awful.
Does that mean like he can't go and here? All right. John Cena. I'm going to use him as one because he's the highest profile wrestler that I know.
Yeah.
John Cena does Make-A-Wish, does a ton of them, is prolific in that.
Yeah.
If he's doing Make-A-Wish and he's showing up on people's TikToks and Instagrams because he's doing Make-A-Wish, does it mean he needs to stop doing Make-A-Wish because he's showing up on TikTok and Instagram?
Makes you think, doesn't it? I mean, you've got the wrestler who is known as Paige. She changed her name. She started using her real name for Twitch to get around this. She started doing this overnight.
Okay.
And people are like, oh, she deleted her account. No, she's using her real name. She uses her real name. You cannot, in any way, shape, or form, WWE own a person's real name. So checkmate, motherfuckers. On that one. Right? You can't. Things like up, down, down. Xavier Woods' YouTube channel, where he gets a bunch of his wrestler mates, to play games and that with him. Is that going to go now?
It just seems like a dumb PR move.
It really is.
Like
it sounds to me as like they're trying to redo kayfabe.
I mean, that one of the best PR things you can do right now is have people stream. I mean, look at me. That's how Ninja got famous, right? He streamed with Kendrick Lamar, and he blew up. So like, why? And it's also a way for you to like get these guys, number one, out in, like you said, it's a great PR decision. So there's that. But here's another crazy thing for you guys. Let me kind of do this thing here. It humanizes them. Yeah. It shows you that they're people too. I'm going to like a person and a wrestler more if he's like, hey, I'm a super nerd, but I also like, like I'm a wrestler, I'm jacked as hell, but I also like playing WoW. I mean, like, I kind of liked Henry Cavill, but then I found out that Henry Cavill builds his own PC, plays World of Warcraft, and is a Warhammer 40,000 tabletop player and paints models. I'm immediately a huge Henry Cavill fan now.
Yeah, because we're long gone are the days where we really need to look up to actors and big athletes, like the out of touch, really huge superheroes. Because we know there are people who are actual superheroes. We lost one in the past week. And if I don't know who we're talking about, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
I think
for the stuff he was doing.
They're even more superheroes when they're humanized. When you can sit there and you can reach out to more people because you're streaming in Twitch and you can have that almost individual connection in a world that is severely isolated right now and for good reason, it's a way for you to like, do that. And you think about some of these people, like it's a great way to reach out and do that. And I think by humanizing our heroes and showing, hey, guess what, people? Marvel game came out. By humanizing our heroes and showing that they are flawed, but they also are trying to do their best, it makes us better people. And I think that's the big thing. Like, don't put them on the pedestal. Bring them down to your level and show that, like, they're great people on top of being that. And also, I think some of the wrestlers who have, like, the heel mentality or are heels could do good for that. Because it's just like, oh, he's just an asshole. I'm going to hate him all the time. But, like, that's going to wear on you as a person. So if you're, like, a Twitch streamer and be like, oh, yeah, he's actually a really cool dude. He just plays a character who's an asshole.
Yeah. Exactly. Has Hollywood suddenly said to Henry Cavill, don't do that? Because there's bound to be some sort of film where he's played a bad guy or something along those lines. We had Samoa Joe when he was Returns. Yeah. Was it Superman versus Batman?
No, that was Ben Affleck. Yeah. Wait, your mom's named Martha? Yes. Did we just become best friends? Yes.
Yes. Bro.
Bro. Let's go save the world, bro. Because you are my world, bro.
Superman v Batman.
Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon? Spoilers?
In what, a movie that's been out for like 2 years?
Longer,
3
I
years?
think.
Yeah, it's in about 2-3 years.
2016.
Feels
4
like
years.
8.
No. 26. Fucking hell.
I remember that movie came out. Like they showed like the ad for it. I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? Like, you have a great starting movie with Superman Returns, right? Like, you've built Superman's character. You have this kind of thing where like he has to deal with what does it mean to be a superhero. And move to the next movie. Be like, okay, what's the next movie going to be? How is he going to deal with this moral crisis and like kind of go and build on that? It's just, nope, gonna have him fight Batman now. It's just like,
I mean, you know, you have cases like Robert Pattinson. Now, have you heard this? He had a stalker, right?
yeah.
And he was so bored staying in his house, he actually went up to her and went, all right, then let's go for a coffee. And then bored the living shit out of her. Talking about all his problems, talking about everything out. And it got to the point where she's like, fucking hell.
Wow, pass.
It's just like, boom, right there.
Then you have people like Keanu Reeves who like has a stalker and is like outside their house and like instead of calling the cops, like invites her in, sits them down, talks to them, realizing that like they're having some problems, calls social work to come in to get them help, gets them help, and then like checks in on them periodically to make sure that they're doing okay. Because fucking Keanu Reeves, man.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
What a legend.
We don't deserve Keanu Reeves.
Keanu, because you had your birthday this week, so
Happy birthday, Keanu Reeves. May you stop aging because you haven't aged in like 40 years.
Yeah, only in Bill and Ted do you seem to have aged. Weirdly.
That's because he shaved the beard. That's the source of his power.
That's the source of his eternal youth. Yeah.
We've all seen the Keanu Reeves like doing the gun training for John Wick, right? Doing like the fire drills. Where like he's sitting there like doing like the combat reloads and stuff. And like he's at like the gun range and they're like, wow, that's actually a new record for the range. And he's just like, but I missed 3. They're like, but that's a new record, you were fast. He's like, but I missed 3 targets. Like, he's like, I could have gotten faster. I missed the draw there. They're like, but you did it. He's like, no, I could have done better.
No, I didn't.
And there's all these cute girls and like just wearing sports bras and stuff, and they go to like take pictures with him, and like he's got his arms out like this and his hands out behind them, not touching them. It's just like
not hover arming, but just Jesus posing.
Yeah, just like that. And you're sitting there going like, he is the chosen one.
So he knows when to hover hands.
He knows how to hover hands.
It's okay.
And then my favorite story of all time is when they like their plane had to take an emergency landing and had to land in Napa Valley, and then like had a 2-hour drive back to town, and like Keanu Reeves like arranged for all their baggage to follow them, and then proceeded like in their ride in the van back to another airport, proceeded to just tell them interesting facts about the area the entire time they're driving. He's like, do you know that they're known for this kind of industry back in da 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 da? And I'm just like. And then, like, he buys everybody food, and then he's just like, okay, bye, everybody, have a good one, takes his bag. And they said, like, he just, like, walked across the street, like, ordered a car, walked across the street, waved at everybody, and then, like, just disappeared. It's just, like, the weirdest thing. I'm like, I want to get, like, trapped in a van with Keanu Reeves, him telling me interesting facts about the local area. But anyways, Vince McMahon, you're an asshole.
Yeah, you're 75 and you are out of touch.
Hey, if you want to tell me that you own the rights to the wrestlers' names and the wrestlers, like the character, fine, absolutely. You say that you can't stream as Rey Mysterio. Okay, you can't stream as Rey Mysterio, but you can't say you can't stream as yourself.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he doesn't own that. And if this says, well, I own the image, like your image rights. So you own the look. Guess what? Don't use a webcam. Then you're not putting your image out there. Watch wrestlers become VTubers.
Or become corgis and cups, you know.
No, I just want like Kane or like the Undertaker or Kane to have like a cute little V girl sub thing. He's just like the Undertaker with like this like
little waifu looking ass.
I'm for it. You guys,
this is the best life.
I would be totally
Best
down
timeline.
for that. I would follow. I would like and subscribe.
Yeah. The Undertaker playing. The Undertaker have to play really cutesy, nice games as well, though. To go completely against it.
The Undertaker and Kane playing Stardew Valley together.
Yep, with their little waifu avatars.
That would be amazing. That would be top content.
Oh my
You
god!
can't tell me that like tons of people wouldn't just view that. Would just be like, "What the
that'd be
hell is
excellent.
happening?"
That'd be excellent.
And you want to know what? I think they would be pretty good at it too.
Be amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Would be absolutely amazing. So Vince, just pack it up. He's already in trouble. There's a guy who's on the Democratic Party
Right.
who saw this and just went, you class your employees as independent contractors, yet you don't provide healthcare, you don't provide security, you don't provide this, you don't provide that, you don't provide the next thing. You better hope that Trump wins, because if he doesn't, we're taking you to task for it.
Look at Uber. You don't think Uber's been hurt by that? Uber's an independent contractor, and they in California said no, you got to pay these people, and I think that's why there's been talk about Uber pulling out of California because of the rulings.
And they've managed to get round this whole thing for years and years and years, and it's wrong. And believe me, for a long, long time, I have loved the wrestling business. But the whole thing they're up to, especially over the past 18 hours, is just complete bullshit. And wrong.
It's the reason why I've turned to like the other wrestling group. What is it, AEW?
AEW, yeah.
Not only do they pay their wrestlers health insurance, so immediately like they could do nothing else and have that, and immediately are 10 steps above like the WWE in my book. But they have my new favorite wrestler, which is Orange Cassidy, which his entire shtick is that he's super lazy. He fights with his hands in his pockets. But as I've shown pictures to Will about, he's also super athletic and very hyper competent. He's just like, that's his shtick. They had he had a war with Chris Jericho, and they cut his he cut his ear open and he bled onto his shirt. And then for like the next 7 weeks when he showed up, he was wearing the shirt with blood on it, and people were just saying that like he was too lazy to change his shirt. And then like instead of like when he goes to get into the ring, instead of like going through the ropes, he just lays down on the bottom rope and just kind of like lazily rolls himself into the ring. But at the same time, like he'll do stuff where he'll do like a fly, like he'll run and do a drop kick on a guy with his hands in his pockets, and then from like the position on his back, flip himself up to a standing position with his hands still in his pocket, just staring at people. I'll show you a couple of clips, Chris, later. It's pretty good. And then like the only way he acknowledges people is let me see, because he wears aviators. I don't have my aviators near here, but like his like thing, what he does, he just kind of like his way of like acknowledging the crowd is just like
Has Claire nicked your aviators? Is that what's happened there?
Yeah, no, she got pissed at me. I have like the new manager sunglasses, which are like the professional Leon
Yeah.
the professional sunglasses.
Yeah. So you've been talking to her there. It's like, Claire,
Oh no,
You've
here
asked-
they are. They're up here.
you've asked me this
They're
question.
behind some Bob Ross books. There goes one of the Bob Ross books.
I mean, there's been talk that the big reason that this has come about was because AJ Styles, on one of his streams recently, said he had COVID-19 or had COVID-19. But in that respect, then, would Vince be telling The Rock to not use Instagram because he said this week that he's had COVID and his family have?
I think The Rock has divorced himself very far from WWE.
Yeah. He got out a very long time ago. Full contract exit.
But at the same time, do you think anybody could tell The Rock to do anything?
Vince could.
Kevin Hart can.
That's how they were.
Look at the size of The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, like, he seems like the most gentle of giants, but at the same time, like, he's fucking huge. Yeah, but no.
Vince McMahon,
Go fuck yourself.
change your mind. Yeah.
Just go fuck
'Cause that's-
yourself. No, wait, you probably do. So,
So stop doing that. That's
Stop?
creepy.
yeah, no. Go, take your head out of your own ass. And, like, I don't know, take your ideas of how the world works to maybe to, like, the 90s?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're living in, like, the turn of the century. Your factory workers aren't your slaves. We should probably talk about video games now, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
if we
good with
can
that.
do.
Yeah.
I mean, let's have a look. What else did we look at? I mean, Nintendo, they did have the Super Mario Brothers 35th anniversary direct because, like me, and I am going to push that one a little bit, to get some milk it for all it's worth. Next Sunday, Mario is 35 years old.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that's my other link to the gaming industry.
Mario is Italian, but is he New York Italian?
We could ask Uncle Mario from Assassin's Creed 2.
I don't. I mean, it's difficult to say. I never see his hands when he talks. And I think that's the big disclaimer. Because if he's like,
Does he turn up
Well,
on time?
he doesn't talk very much. Just full stop.
Yeah,
but-
he's short and sweet, isn't it?
If he is New York Italian, New York born Italian,
Mm.
Mario for President 2020.
He's got some headlining hits to, back him up on this one. And like, for example, the announcements of the re-release of Mario's 3D platforming classics, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. They will all arrive on the 18th, or the new 3D All-Stars collection, which is what they are, will arrive on the 18th of September. But will be removed from sale at the end of next March, which is a weird one.
So
So,
limited
like-
time.
Mm.
How much is it going to cost?
Let's see, because I don't see how much it will cost just yet. Speaking of Mario Collection, the original Super Mario All-Stars pack, released back on the SNES, is now available to play via Nintendo Switch Online. So online subscribers will find it in their catalog today, allowing them to once again play Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers The Lost Levels, Super Mario Brothers 2, and Super Mario Brothers 3. Ooh. There's also a deluxe version of Wii U platformer Super Mario 3D World was also unveiled. Yes, there's quite a bit coming out. It'll arrive for the Switch on the 12th of February 2021. And there is a Super Mario Brothers Battle Royale. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. It looks like, fastest through the levels gets sort of something along those lines. There is an official trailer, so you can have a look at it there. There's also a augmented reality version of Mario Kart where you get a toy car and you race it around your living room via virtual tracks. There's like a little pocket sort of Game and Watch thing that you can play the original Super Mario Brothers on. This is quite
Tim has
cool.
been telling me I need to make my wheel work with Mario Kart.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you may have to.
Fucking Rambo Road.
Didn't eat it.
Gonna yeet Donkey Kong off this Rainbow Road. Watch out for the blue shell.
And there's other little bits and pieces like for things like bits on the Nintendo store and Animal Crossing stuff as well. So take a look at the Nintendo Direct if you haven't already. Lots of exciting stuff if you're a fan of Nintendo, which is nice. However, sad news coming in. If you're a fan of Twitch Sings, like we know the Yorkshire Trader was, it's Twitch Sings is shutting down on January the 1st. Yeah. So basically, what the reason is, like, the curtain falls on the karaoke game designed for streamers and built by rock band developer Harmonix. Less than 2 years after it launched in April 2019, they said, as we look to the future, we have decided to invest in broader tools and services that will help support and grow the entire music community on Twitch. Because of this, we have made a difficult decision to close Twitch Sings on January the 1st. So whatever's going on there.
It probably started out really high and then it's tapered off over time, and now it's not covering its operational cost, and so they're cutting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they probably have, like, other companies have made an app or a game that's better than what Twitch is doing, and then Twitch just goes, fuck it, we'll just host that, and why do we need to keep this running?
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, like, Twitch is a company I think has been, for some of its faults, has been pretty progressive in how they do content and stuff like that. And I don't, now, Will, I could be wrong here, but I don't know anybody who has become a major streamer off of Twitch Sings.
No, I think it's just added to it. I know there was a streamer who was looking at doing some sort of documentary or series about people using Twitch Sings, because they asked me, as well, if I had any content I'd like to pass along to them. It's like, yeah, okay, I got one series, but the others, the Yorkshire Trader, yeah. I mean, it also looks like any past broadcasts, uploaded videos, highlights, and clips from Twitch Sings will be removed by January 1st as well. So anything that's on our profiles will be gone.
Unless you've recorded it and shunted it to another platform.
Yeah, or downloaded it to your PC. May have to do that then. See, yeah, it's a shame because people liked it in places. It's not the most popular in the world. It has like 910 viewers, but yeah, sadly, an opportunity to have a fun time being really bad at singing just is being taken away, which is a shame. Do you want to talk a little bit about the other thing that Twitch have done, which has kind of made a couple of us put our heads in our hands, go, why?
I don't know a lot about it. I just know September is going on, and like there was a glitch, and like people could like unsubscribe and resubscribe for more for like this, get the like discounted rate or something.
Yeah. It was around about 20%. If you did, like, let's say bulk subbing, you could get, it's like if you did like 6 months sub in one go, you could get like 30% off. And this was for new subscribers or gift subs only, or people who were gifted a sub and then they decided to upgrade and just start paying a monthly sub to people. And so, yeah, obviously the glitch was there because us lot who had subs were telling people, look, cancel your sub with us, redo this way, you get money off, or we still get the whole thing. Twitch saw that and went, oh no, that's a glitch, can't do that, no, and basically plugged that off. And it's I have to agree with other streamers here. I think that's a really stupid move. Because do you guys remember a couple of years ago when it was like 50% off?
Yeah.
Where did that go? Why not do that? For everyone, not just new people. And that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'm reading. I'm looking at somebody who I'm not subscribed to.
Yeah.
And it says, move your support to save up to 30% on a new channel subscriptions until then. Okay, so that's a new channel subscription. What if I have somebody who I can resub to? Because I was gifted a sub here.
If you were gifted a sub and you upgrade that to you paying for it, then yes, you can.
But like I'd never resubscribed to him. That was the thing.
Then no.
No, it just said like I was gifted a sub, I let that sub run out, and I'm still being offered to get the discount.
Oh, okay. So then it must be okay for that. But yeah, if you've already subbed to someone.
Hang on, let me take a look here. Subscriptions. Who are we subscribed to right now? We're subscribed to him. Yeah, so you can't resubscribe if you already have an active subscription to somebody at the discount rate. Well, you know what this is, Will?
What's that?
This is them testing out to see if like people will pay for longer subscriptions on somebody. If we'll pay for a longer subscription for somebody. So like if you get like, it's like if you buy, would you subscribe to somebody for 6 months at a discounted rate? And if more people do that, they'll probably say, "Oh, this works, then let's break this out going forward." Another thing, just looking at this thing here, so if you're already subscribed and paying a subscription to a client to somebody, you can't do it.
Yeah.
If you're unsubscribed or your subscription has run out and you're going to resubscribe, you can do it.
That was the bit they plugged.
Or if you've used your Twitch Prime subscription, you can subscribe at the longer rate for that person. Because I'm looking at FemFox has TGWPIS Twitch Prime subscription right now.
Right.
I could subscribe to her and get it at the longer distance. It's showing me the ability to do it for the 1 month, 3 month, or 6 months. But we have an active Twitch Prime subscription for her right now.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
I think it's because you've already paid for it. You've already paid for that subscription. So like unsubscribing doesn't do anything. You've already paid the money. So you'd have to so it's like, okay, I'm going to unsubscribe and resubscribe to this person at a discounted rate, but you've already given them that money, so why take that away? So it's really kind of a way to so you don't double dip into these double dip. And if you as a content creator are telling your people unsubscribe from us and then resubscribe to get the discounted rate, you are doing a disservice to your channel, because you're basically saying, hey, I've already gotten your $3.99, but now unsubscribe, cancel that and resubscribe to me for the discounted rate, but I've already got your $3.99.
Yeah, because you're trying to help the people that are sending money your way by you still getting the full amount, but they're not paying the full amount.
But
so
if you subscribe, that money comes out automatically. It gets pulled out day one.
Mm-hmm.
And so by telling somebody to unsubscribe, they've already paid that. That money doesn't come back to them. That you're basically telling them to double down. So you're trying to get a double sub from them. And that doesn't make any sense to me.
even if that's not the intention, that's what's happening.
Yeah, even like I said, yeah, that's right. I'm not saying that some people are telling their people to do this, not understanding that doesn't happen. But I'm pretty sure there are some people who are doing this knowing full well that has to happen. Because the internet is a place for predators.
Yes.
Yep.
So ultimately, is this a interesting and good idea? I think overall the idea of it is good. I think that there's some people that are trying the way to find the way to scum the shit out of it to make more money.
You
Like
know
with
that
anything.
the bulk subbing though has been around for a little while now, because Mr. Smith, when he subbed me a while back, this was a while back, he said, "I've paid for a year's worth for you."
Really?
So yeah, so it's happening. It's been happening a while. They just haven't been full on with, oh, if you do bulk this is the percentage you'll get off.
Well, they probably haven't done it, and now they're doing it.
I just think that the discounted rate should be there for subscribers overall for this month. If you subscribe to someone, doesn't matter whether it's a continue or rolling, you will have this percentage discount to help people get the subs more.
But then
Because
how do you price that into people like Mr. Smith who already subscribed to you for a year? They've already taken that money out. You have that. You've been paid that, Will. You have that money. Twitch already has their cut. How do you retroactively? I mean, the only way you do that is if Twitch goes through every single subscription that they have and then
refund the difference,
Or to be honest, if I'm Twitch, if I'm going to do this is how I do it. I don't refund the difference to the client. I basically say, we're going to refund you the difference in bits.
Yeah.
Because then for you to use. Because then you're not refunding, because it's getting store credit. Let's be honest. Because refunding all that money, because they may not have cash on hand to do that to everybody, but at least with bits, they're able to say, like, because if you're subbing to somebody and they give you that back as bits, odds are you're going to use those bits on one of the people you're subbing to. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like there's
a cycle back in, and they still get a cut of the bits too.
Yeah. So it's a happy medium way. And remember, the way bits work, Amazon takes their cut when you buy the bits. So
and then all the bits themselves go to the person.
Right. So that's kind of a nice way to think about that. So bits revenue is a way to ensure 100% revenue to the streamer, because Amazon takes their cut out on front.
Because I've noticed that in terms of payouts, I've been getting a lot more in bits than I have in subs. And hey, I'm happy either way. If people want to do whatever people want to do, if they don't want to, hey, I'm still fine with that. It's not a problem.
We here at TGWPIS have always been a firm believer in sub and send money to people who are creating content that you enjoy, whether that is us or literally anybody else on this platform, but support them in any way you can, even if that means turning off your ad blocker and watching the ads.
Yeah.
That helps. That's a way. I've done that. Every single streamer that runs ads, I watch the ads. I don't have my ad blocker on Twitch. I don't have it on Twitch and YouTube, and I always watch the ads because I know that that's a way for them to receive revenue. Hell, we receive ad revenue. And I will talk about, like, we had an interesting day on Tuesday, which we'll talk about, but there was a sharp uptick in ad revenue because of that.
Yeah.
And it was nice. And to be honest, it's a passive thing. It's not dollars, it's cents, but it's something. And it's a way, like, because we don't pimp hard for anything. But we pimp for charities more than we do for our own channels.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a passive income source. It's a passive way for people to, like, support us. Do we have ads turned on? Yes, we do. Do we take ad breaks? If we take an ad break, it's usually because we're taking a piss.
Mm-hmm.
It's not taking the piss, taking a piss. Like there was literally the only because we made the decision was the only time ad breaks are taken is when there's no content happening. Unless like you're into us taking a piss, at which point TGWPIS OnlyFans.
Yep.
Coming soon. 2030.
Wouldn't that be our OnlyFans hashtag Tales from the Toilet Bowl?
I mean, no. At that point, it's gonna be a stream in itself because it's just like 3 older guys dealing with prostate issues. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I forget to roll ads if I'm having to step out or during a mid-session interval, as they call it for the snooker. I forget to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll usually run an ad if I'm like in the middle of doing a setting and I need to start something, so I'll just throw an ad up after my my early break thing, so I can be like, all right, I got it. Nothing's working. All right, we're having trouble, technical difficulty fixing things.
I don't have a button, but I used to for one of the old stream overlays. I had I was planning on making. There's a picture of me pulling my hair out, and then just saying technical difficulties. Please stand by.
So we might as well talk about Tuesday and the rest of what you've been playing, James.
Sure, I guess I'll lead it off. Well, now that we're done taking all right, shit on Mason Man, yes, kind of shit on Twitch, but I guess was more correct, constructive criticism, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
we're like, the intention was there, and the intention was good. You kind of fucked it up a little bit, but we appreciate you trying. And to be honest, now is the perfect time for you to go and sub. If you're not sub to somebody, go sub to them because you're getting it at a discount to start with.
Yeah.
Do that. Whether it's us or anybody else. We don't, we just support your person.
Support the creators you love.
Support the creators you like. And if not, just watch the ads. It helps.
That's supporting.
That's supporting. Let's talk about what I've been playing. I'm going to deal with Tuesday at the end, Will, of what I've been playing. So let's just kind of bang through the stuff that people don't care about. I have not been playing Football Manager, so be still your beating hearts, everybody. Be still. I know, my God. But let's talk about crazy new games that I have been playing, because I've been playing 3 new games. 3 new games.
Well, shit.
Well, shit. And funny, 2 of them have the number 3 in their titles. First of all, Crusader Kings 3, Paradox has come out with their next line in Dynastic Murder Hobo Incest Interbreeding Simulator 2020.
Right.
Known as Crusader Kings 3. Nothing, of course, wants me to try and make the Kingdom of Britannia more than... yeah, nothing says the Kingdom of Britannia more than a little bit of incest and intrigue.
Right.
Am I right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel no, that's the game the whole family can play.
Exactly. It's keep it in the family, everybody. So of course I immediately went to learn the mechanics, and the way you learn the mechanics is you go to what they call Noob Island.
Classic Noob Island.
Yep, Noob Island, also known as Ireland. You start in Ireland, because you start in Ireland, and everybody is its own county, and you're all Irish. So it just lets you kind of, and nobody really invades Ireland or anything. So it kind of gives you the ability to figure out the mechanics and okay, I can do a war against this county, and it lets you kind of roll into okay, this is how I found a duchy, this is how I found a kingdom. Okay, cool. And then by that point in time, you've usually consolidated Ireland to your rule, and then England has just fucked itself royally over because there's Vikings, there's William the Conqueror, there's I'm the King of England. No, I'm the King of England. I'm the King of Scotland, and I think I should be the King of England. I'm Wessex. We're fucking Welsh, right? There's the Welsh, and then there's Cornwall's we're a thing. Yeah, so that happens, and then Brittany's just but we want to be a part of this too. So usually that happens, but it lets you kind of figure things out. I like these games. It's probably one of the more solid releases that they've had, as a game, as a completed product. It's very good. and it has so much potential for what you're doing with DLC, and the world is huge. It's as far, like, you have as far north as Iceland, as far south as North Africa, but we're like talking like Egypt, North Africa, like going from like the coast where Portugal like colonizes, Sahara Desert across, as far south as, and then as far as east as like Siberian Russia down to all of India.
Yeah.
And you can play it down to a single count in any area of that game, up to like being the Habsburgs of the Holy Roman Empire at launch. One thing that they don't have that the other game had, which I think they're going to make soon, is that you can't create your own character yet.
Right.
So that's kind of sad, but whatever, you deal. Another little detail for anybody who's streaming this game, make sure you go into the settings and turn off nudity, because they have 3D models of characters. And these 3D models of characters, if they're a lunatic, or if they're the Adamant Faith, we'll talk about that, they are naked. Just straight up naked. And the Adamant Faith is based on Adam and Eve. And, yeah, Dr. Electro.
Oof. Thank you very much, Raid.
How we doing today, Dr.
Hell
Electro?
yeah.
We're talking about Crusader Kings and interesting things that involve in that game. I guess I should sum up Crusader Kings in the you want to turn nudity off in Crusader Kings because it could cause you problems. Twitch demonetization? Twitch is the thing that
community strike.
If nudity is a part of the game, like is a feature in the game, but like isn't the premise of the game, it's okay?
Yeah.
It's not like it's honey pop. It's like a part of what it is.
Think the Witcher unicorn scene. I got thinking about it now.
Hold on, guys, come on.
As long as it's an 18 rated stream. Yes, I think our streams are always listed as explicit.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
I always have mine listed as that anyways, because like
cock, balls, ass, shit.
If you say any words, some parent will get offended someday.
I just know Honey Pop is like one of the banned games.
Yes.
For obvious reasons. Like
Yeah.
I have seen the list of banned games, Electro, and some of the titles are horrific.
I mean, it's also pretty much what's coming out new on Steam every day.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same list.
Yeah.
Succubus Life 2020. Area 51 Hentai Raid.
Now, I will say that Porno Movie Tycoon should not be banned. And I'll tell you this why. Yes, you can make it suggestive. Yes, you can make it outright smutty, the titles, but there is no nudity, there is no sex actually in the game. You are not viewing you making a porn movie in this game. You are just like Game Developer Tycoon. You know, it's a management game. But the subject matter is pornographic.
I'll put it this way. Markiplier played it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that man only has one copyright strike.
Yeah,
which has been taken away from him now.
Excellent.
So let's talk about the man also pooped on camera and then got it tested. Chris knows what I'm talking about here.
Oh yeah.
Thanos.
Yep, it was Unis Anas.
So yeah, you could say Crusader Kings.
Crusader Kings. And also it's a part of the game. Like it's based in like the 800s. What happened in the 800s? Well, there was nudity, there was incest, and there was weird stuff. So it's basically a game of eugenics and taking over the world. And I'm happy to be playing it again. Gonna make England great again.
Where have I end up?
Like 18, like aught hundreds England.
Yeah.
great again. Or, you know, you could just be Vikings and just raid and pillage. Is a mechanic.
Yeah.
Next game.
Mhm.
Moving on. Wasteland 3.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a good game. Tell me, friends, do you wish that Fallout, instead of becoming AR action RPGs, just continued along the path of being tactical shooters, you know, tactical RPG shooters with AP, and then also added in the XCOM cover mechanic? Then I've got the game for you. It's called Wasteland 3. It is a very interesting story. Wonderful. It's got a great kind of system built into it where you basically create a party of rangers and you can have custom-made characters. In a party of 6, you have to have 4 custom-made characters and then 2 story-based characters that they give you throughout the game. You can get tons of NPC and animal companions. There's a skill called Animal Companion that you can give to everybody where you can basically tell an animal to follow you, which can be from a cyborg chicken to a cat called Master Sergeant Mittens, who is a ranger, to a cyborg goat, 2-headed goat. But it's also a game of specialties. So like every character can get every skill in the game. But the problem is that there's not enough skill points to do that. So you have to kind of look at a team and specialize them for what they want to do. Usually 1 or maybe 2 weapons. You know, you can't have everybody have hacking because they also don't combine the skills. It's just the highest level skill person will do the check. So it creates some interesting stuff. It also creates some interesting builds. Our 4 Ranger team has me as the assault rifle mid-range fighter. Will is the shotgunner. Chris is the heavy weapons specialist. Right now he's using a bar. Assault as a bar machine gun. Kimmy is a sniper rifle person, and then we have Marshall Kwan, who is a local defense specialist, and Lily, who is part of one of the reigning families in Colorado. So essentially, the story setup is that you're the Rangers from Arizona. You run out of supplies because you had to nuke your own base in the last game, and you have to come to Colorado to help the Patriarch kind of consolidate control, and then he will send you supplies back to your hometown. And then what kind of proceeds from there is just kind of, it opens up and lets you kind of decide, like, there are warring factions, you can choose you want to side one, and there's like multiple endings to this game. And the best thing I think about the Wasteland series, because I know one of the endings, I watched somebody play through it, is that at the end of every game, it's not of like you chose the blue option or the red option or the green option. It's just like you made choices and these are the consequences of those choices. And you can't get a happy ending for everybody. It just doesn't happen. It's just like, this is the choices you made. Also, your car has an AI in it that wants to go and travel America to see all the sights and sounds, but also kill communists. Do I need to say more? It's
pretty solid right there.
Pretty solid. Yeah. It's a solid game. If you want, yes, Knight Rider, exactly, exactly it. So if you want a game, if you're missing kind of that classical Fallout feel, or you're looking for a tactical RPG, this is it. It's very good. Weapon modding, it's very serious, but it has tons of tongue in cheek. One of the animal companions you can get is a disco ball robot that buffs the party through dance, and then shoots laser beams out of an eye. You also get a toaster that fires flaming toast.
Can it make bagels?
No, it's a toaster. It toasts. Toast.
Would you be interested in a waffle?
All toasters toast.
All toasters toast. They only give it a 7 out of 10 on Steam. Well, ratings are subjective, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
There is some flaws in the game. There are some obvious flaws, but it's also a smaller, yeah. I don't go with ratings. Unless they're all trash. Yeah, like NBA 2K21 came out.
Oh, yeah.
Not only got trashed, but for the longest time was running with the tags gambling and psychological horror. Just gonna let that sink in for a little bit there.
Love it.
10 out of 10. Would rate again. I did not rate it. I did not play that game. But yeah, Wasteland, I would say I'm only an hour into it. Into a game that can run anywhere between 40 to 60 hours. I think, and then if you do completionist, it's like 100 hours.
Nice.
Because
Nice.
it's that kind of a game.
Mm-hmm.
Would I say it's full price? I paid full price for it. Would I also say if you could get it for $49, I think that would be a steal, an absolute bargain price. But, you know, if you're really into these style of games, if you miss the older Fallouts, this is kind of where it's kind of went. And it's good, it's solid, and the story is good, the writing is good, the voice acting gets, like, if you're not a main character voice actor, then they kind of get, like, a little campy, but I think it also kind of fits with the world that they're building. Like, you have a person who makes really bad puns in it. So, like, instead of saying, like, okie dokie, they say sardinely. They just make fish, like, based puns. So, Wasteland 3. Worth it, in my opinion. Maybe not full price, but if it's that if you're itching for something to sink your teeth into, got a lot of free time on your hands because of various social things happening in the world, probably a good thing to pick up. Now, Game 3, before we talk about Tuesday, Control. Came out on Steam. The full version with all the DLCs for $31. Buy it. It's worth $31.
This is the Ultimate Edition, is it?
It is. It's everything. It
so you can get it, upgrade it.
It includes the Alan Wake edition, the Alan Wake incident. So it includes all DLC, all endgame content, all the updates, and it's cheaper than it is on Epic. It's worth it.
Yeah,
buy it.
Epic is still showing at 60.
If you don't want to buy it, there's a playthrough happening on youtube.com/TGWPIS where you get to see all of Control with none of my voice. Because that game really doesn't need me adding commentary on it. There's enough happening in it. Enough kind of weird, strange choices going on with people showing up randomly and talking to you. So, yes, Control. If you liked SCP, but wanted to say, hey, I want to play SCP, but just not in a weird, like, Half-Life 2 mod pack. Control. Now, because I get to bridge the gap to Will here, let's talk about Tuesday.
Yes.
I've been playing F1. Did you guys know I've been playing F1 racing? I've been playing F1 racing. I have a wheel. It's been a lot of fun. Already have Control. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I have a 2070 in this thing, so I've been able to put the ray tracing on. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Definitely worth it. If you want, it's definitely a game worth ray tracing. So F1. We've been racing in F1, haven't we lately, Will?
We have indeed. Oh yes.
So I came to Will and said, let's make some changes to how we're doing the game. Let's do practice, sometimes off stream, sometimes on stream. Let's make things longer. So what did we do? We did practice on Tuesday because just fuck it. Let's just do practice Tuesday night. Right? So we did it. And then the chain reaction started to happen. So, Will, why don't you know the people involved more than I do, so you can kind of explain what happened.
Well, except the first one. I mean, we got a random raid from someone called Styrifium, I think it was. And then we got another raid from the wonderful J-Dub and his community.
So it was 15 people from Styrifium, a 10-person raid from J-Dub. So at that point, you know, we're having a good time. We're doing the practice. I'm yeeting it around Canada and just bossing the shit out of everything.
And so that was good enough. We would have been over the moon with it just
We were
being
over
that
the
way.
moon.
Yeah. And then I saw a raid coming from a person called Matty WTF1. Now, if you do not know this gentleman, he is part of a website called WTF1 on YouTube. It mainly focuses on things like Formula One. He does a thing called Internet's Best Reactions after the end of an F1 race. So you'll normally get it on as like a Sunday night of late, because with COVID, less traveling, so he can do that sort of stuff. He has the time. He brought with him over 140 viewers. So at one point, we had 200 viewers watching James practice for Canada.
Practice. We're talking about practice. Hopefully some of you are here now. If you are, great. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It was amazing night.
It was a lot of fun. We went back and watched his stream, and he said, "Let's just find this random F1 driver." Oh, here's one. Click.
So thank you very much for that. And it was a nice thing to have. It was just something that it's a random thing that happens on streams for streamers, where you have a bigger streamer coming along going, you know what, we could go to someone with like 1,500 viewers, but they've got 1,500 viewers already. Let's go find someone who doesn't.
Something he literally said.
Yeah.
Guys like, oh, raid this guy, and he goes, that guy's got 1,000 viewers. He's doing all right. Let's find somebody small. And we just happened to be that small person. So that was cool. That was an interesting time to be around.
It doesn't surprise me that Sarah Leon now, yes, because if you don't know what I'm talking about, wait to the end of this podcast, go back to the beginning, you'll find out. So if she does the same, which is pretty cool as well. Now, the rest of Formula One for yourself, dude. That went rather well, didn't it?
Yeah. Frickin' bossed it. And you want to know what, Dr. Lecter, you're right. It's nice when you see big streamers supporting smaller streamers and then also doing that kind of stuff, because it really can make somebody's day and really kind of broaden the horizons of a community. I know Ko says that he's going to be starting to do that too. So, keep that in mind for all you people. And now that they can give subs at a discount, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Good. I'm out for Zafricase. That's you love to see it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You love to see it. And to be honest, when we raced the next day, Will.
Yeah.
It was great because we had a few of those people who came in. They're like, hey, yeah, you're from the raid. It's awesome. This is the race. This is Canada. Let's see you do it. And they're like, like backseat, like, oh, you should do this for the strategy. And we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to listen to the strategy, you know, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that game.
And the thing was, it was amazing to watch, because you might as well say this because you did it. It's your game. But yeah, I can safely say that you did very, very, very well.
Yeah, I won it. I won Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I won it by 42 seconds.
Yep.
I had lapped up to 5th place. And then rain came. They were telling me rain came, and then they also reminded me I didn't change my tires. So I had to change my tires, and then the rain came on the last lap, and then I was all over the place because I was like on new cold tires on a wet track that was not, and these tires were not meant for a wet track. So I was drifting it through the corners, and I still won by like a good margin.
Hell yeah. That was impressive driving.
Also,
the only person on the tipping point.
The only person who's kept me honest for the first 7 laps was Hamilton, and he DNF'd. He dropped out because of a mechanical issue.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that means in the friendly rivalry of James and myself for season 1, there's nothing splitting us, man. There is nothing splitting us. We are 6-all going into tomorrow's France race.
Yes. I technically have the moral victory for last week's race because I beat it by 20 more seconds than Will did.
Yep. But that's okay.
But we're talking moral victory here.
Yeah.
It's not, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that I could say I was faster.
Yeah.
Though TGWPIS Racing's car is faster because all we have is power unit upgrades. We have no other upgrades. It is a total American car. It is
It is made to go fast and nothing else.
Yeah. Corners.
What are corners?
Yeah.
Will knows.
Why do we need corners?
Can I go fast?
Yeah. Oh, we could go fast. We go very fast. We were like topping out a 202. We were number 1 in the speed trap. It's just when we get to the bendy bits, it gets a little weird, wonky. But
Yeah.
I tend to just go sidewall to sidewall with other people. You know, how do you help turn? Well, you use the other cars to help you turn because you bounce off them, changes your angle, and you're good to go.
That's what they're there for, right?
Yes.
They're not the racers; they're support.
Talk to Alex Albon. Will tell you what I did to Albon in Baku.
Jesus.
I bullied the
Oh.
shit out of him. I probably hit him about 5 times. Clean, legal moves. There was nothing illegal. Like wasn't penalized. I was warned, but at the same time, it's not like I yeeted him into a wall. I just made it so that he couldn't go down the racing line anymore and had to brake. Which is a totally legitimate strategy.
Absolutely. You crowd them out.
So tomorrow is France.
Yes, Paul Ricard's one of the most boring tracks on the F1 calendar.
But we can go fast.
Yes, you can go faster than Monaco, and that's what counts.
Yes. So basically, France goes like this. Straight, little bit of a bendy bit, hard turn, long back straight, little bit of a bendy bit, turn, straight. Rinse and repeat. I've learned that they put chicanes into these courses so that they're just not going flat out the entire time. At which point, we learned how to cut those chicanes as close as possible and keep maximum speed, because yeet. But that's it. That's really all I've been playing. Look forward to F1 tomorrow, where we're going to yeet it after the race, the actual F1 race in Hungary?
Monza. Italy.
Monza. Temple of
The
Speed.
Temple of Speed. Yep.
Unless you're Ferrari.
What a title.
At which point, you're 17th, Vettel. What the fuck?
Oh dear. Ferrari's home. And it's just, struggling.
You're starting with a Williams behind you.
Yeah. When would we ever think we'd see that? I mean, so,
back in the 90s, because Williams and Ferrari were really good.
Yeah. They were fight for world championships. So I played some F1. I've started season 2 of my career. And we'll say for Australia, deja vu. That's all I will say.
Oh, I don't have that command up.
You'll find out where
I feel like
to the
I've been in this
future.
place before.
Yeah.
Higher on the streets.
And I think it's my time to go.
So that's only really I've played in Formula One. It wasn't too much this week because I've kind of been in the sort of I don't really feel like playing too many different things. Did another win on Snooker 19, but it was close. It was down to the wire. It really was. Could go either way. So I won 6-5, which is cool. Played some Amnesia: The Dark Descent and got lost and frustrated. And it's like, where the fuck am I going with this? And died a couple of times because rather than me running away from the bad guy that was there, I walked away. I was sauntering and I just got caught and killed. So it's like, no wonder. I pulled Jimmy White. Yes. Victory from the jaws of defeat, Electro. It's like, snatched it out. Also new to streaming again. I played some Assetto Corsa, which is more very, very simulator. It's tough because I go default settings rather than trying to tune my car, which tuning the car may actually help me go faster and better and not lock the brakes and just go flying off into a corner. So that's going to be fun because I'm in the career mode. I'm on novice, which is pretty much where I should be at the moment on that one. A little tiny bit of Bejeweled 3. And finally, I resumed streaming the Ambassador Fractured Timelines, which is the twin stick slasher game on there, like very fantasy based. And I got up to the second boss. And then the frustration and rage was starting to build so much where I didn't want to rage on stream, so I ended it early. And purely because the boss has one of the sort of most, I don't know, frustrating or I'm trying to think the right words for it because you can't out and out do damage to it straight away. There is a way that you have to knock its armor away before you can attack the boss. So it's vulnerable for a little bit. Now, the way to do this, and I will say this on stream to help people who do this, right? You have 7 shields placed around it. They don't move. You have to hit those 7 shields to light them up so a minecart of crystals come out. You then, using your slowing down time, power up the crystals by firing either your magical weapons at it, and then they fling towards the boss, knocking the armor off in bits. You have to do this twice. Then the boss comes out, and then the bullet hell begins that you have to try and avoid. And that bit's tough in itself. So if you've only got 3 lives, you're in for a bad day because, again, if you die, you start from the beginning of the stage. If you're on normal. If you're on easy, apparently it gives you a checkpoint. But yeah. So that one's going to be fun to do next week. And we're going to do it. We're not going to stop. We're not going to do it next week. Because now I know how to hurt it. Then we can build up. And build up and have a bit of luck to do that. And then finally, speaking of luck, yesterday, Fall Guys, during Jay's community night stream, I got a win. I won at Fall Guys. Hey! And then we went on to Free Play Friday. And the last game that James played with us.
The very last one.
The very last one.
Play a Fall Guys.
James got a win.
Just run the clip.
So the whole group have victories now.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all have won at least one. We beat the game.
Don't need
together.
I don't know, Jay was taking the piss out of me for it yesterday, but that means we have 3 team wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that counts. So that's pretty much all I've been playing. So, Chris, coffee night.
Yes.
What have you been playing this week, good sir?
Well, I have been continuing my Minecraft Mondays and working towards my completion of Minecraft.
Nice.
Pondering what to do afterwards. I might revisit Terraria. Over the course of the week, I've mostly just been playing this and more Valorant. And I'm wondering if anyone would be interested in watching Valorant streams.
Well,
I can't see chat right now.
It is a new hotness, or a relatively new hotness. It does have a lot of people in it right now. It is the It is the 10th most popular game on Twitch at the moment.
I'd say if you want to stream it, stream it.
Yes.
Go for it.
I may not join you because it's CSGO meets Overwatch, which not necessarily the best at.
Yeah.
Depends, Chris. Do you want to be competitive?
I love being competitive. That's why I picked it up, is because I like being competitive.
Then I will not play it with you. Because I will not be competitive with you. I will meme the shit out of it.
If I'm doing ranked... Oh, yeah, no. If I'm doing ranked, then I'll definitely be competitive. But if I'm not doing ranked, then I'll meme the shit out of it because it's fun.
This Valorant to me seems like a Fall Guys scenario where I'll start it, but I'm already going to go into some preconceived notions about what I think about it. And those may be changed. I will be briefly dragged kicking and screaming through the entire thing. But boy, would it be content. But no,
would it be content.
I would say, yeah, Chris, if you played Valorant, I would watch you. Because Because guess what? It's the same thing like with me. I watch League of Legends streams sometimes. You want to know why? I don't like League as a game. I don't want to play it. But watching competitors at high levels do it is very interesting.
Yeah.
Watching the masters of their craft do it. I watched Andre. I've watched tennis when the two top pros go, Nadal and the Swede. Not the Swede, the Swiss. He's Swiss. Have played each other because they're the two best at their top of their game playing the game. It's like, I don't like tennis, but these are the two best people doing it, so might as well watch it. But yes, I would watch you play Valorant.
Also, I do want to drop in and go, hi, Tim! So is that how you've been playing, mate?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a busy week. Busy week.
Because it's time to just drop in a little bit about Extra Life. So Extra Life, 2 months' time, 6th, 7th, and 8th of November for us. I'll be on the Friday, 6th, doing the 8 hours of trophy hunting, collecting. We are, at the moment, thanks to the wonderful Pixel Pirate who donated $25, we're at $40 to our target of 5K. If we get to 5K, the three of us will be playing Formula 1 2018. Me in the shit car, James in the medium car, Coffee Night Chris in the best car as we go around the track. Now, if we do hit the 5K, the person with the highest donation gets to choose the track.
Don't be Monaco. Why would you do that to Chris? You're horrible people.
No, that's fine. I'm also specifying that I don't intend to play any racing games leading up to it, so I'm not going to be like, I won't pick up anything that's going to be honing any of those skills. So it'll be not a fair match, but more accurate to what it sounds like.
Yep, I mean, that is literally the premise of my F1 racing, is that every single time I do a race, I've never done, if I do practice or I do warm-ups, it's never the race that I'm going to do. It's the race that races I have done, because I'm going into every single one of these courses blind.
And that's why there's a 30-second time gap between me starting out and Chris starting. And then pretty much you guys in chat. Thank you very much again, Matty, for the huge raid. J-Dub for his raid, Sterifium for their raid as well on Tuesday. Thank you so much. Have you guys got any shout outs?
We shouted out chat, right?
Yep.
Hi chat, how are you doing? How you feeling? You feeling good? We appreciate you being here. We hope you all show up for Extra Life. If you can, please donate. If you can, also use your Twitch Prime to sub to somebody who you care and love about and would want to support. Watch their ads, send them bits. This is a good month to do it because you're going to be getting things at discounts, and is the perfect time. If you can't, we appreciate you being here. I appreciate you just for you being you and being awesome. Know that. Any complaints can be sent to at the Reverse Pro Gamer on Twitch. They'll be handling complaints for us for a little while, and hopefully you join us tomorrow for some France. As typical, an American has to go and dominate France.
Mm-hmm.
So we will say,
Chris,
is
do
that
you
it?
have anything to add to that?
Shout out to you guys for doing your things, for being here, for supporting me. For
Oh, hell yeah.
all of the friendships. All of the friendships.
All of the friendships. The best of
All
friendships.
of the friendships. Hell yeah.
And the ships.
The friendships.
All right, everybody. I don't see anybody on for ratings, so we're just going to end it here. There you go. Quick and easy. Hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll do the outro. I've been James. He's been Will. That's been Coffee Night Chris. This has been TGWPIS the podcast, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See, that's how you do an ending.